still.
She's eating. She's not in it. We're in Les Ouches, close to Chamonix in France, and oh, it's just been such a difficult morning getting food and stuff. But anyway, we're going to walk for 8 days, 100 miles around Mont Blanc, and this is the beginning, day 1. Anything from you?
Let's get started.
Let's get started. Okay. Just get my hat out for me. Got her trained. Still in training. Thank you, darling. La Tuile, 1370 meters. Yeah, don't think we're going to make it to the top of Mont Blanc today. It's mighty hot. Ooh. Is this Col de Vosa then? What kind of camera? Candid camera. Just come through Champel, La Champel, and heading down to La Contamine. Taking a picture, Momo. We're in Le Contamine. I'm so knackered I can hardly talk. Oh, this is a wrap-up video for today. We've walked from Lezuch to Contamine and the Le Pontet campsite. So it's been a really good day. The first 2.5 hours up to Col de Vosa was steep, hot, sweaty, but it was nice to have a beer at the top. And then the descent down from the other side was actually the hard bit because it was long, steep, and just really hot. Just really hot, and took longer than we expected. So by the time we got to Contamines, I could hardly talk. But we got a beer. We should have gone to what's that shop?
Spa.
The Spa, and got some supplies for tomorrow. So we might have to go back there later. But the campsite's very good. So yeah, a long hard day. And we're just replenishing our energy, aren't we?
Yeah. Hot chocolate.
With a hot chocolate. So that's today finished. Catch you again. What was our neighbours telling us this morning?
So our lovely neighbours from Lithuania were telling us that when they started the walk yesterday in the Refuge, that they made the wrong turning and they walked up about 1,200 metres and had a lovely walk, but it was the wrong way and had to turn around, come down, actually start the walk. So
did they go the same way we did?
No, I don't know where they went, just up some mountain, a long walk, long way out. So shortly after we passed them, I think at that place called La Village,
La Villa.
they got a bus, hence the reason why they got to here before us.
Oh.
So
How did they get a bus?
they got a bus from that La Village.
La Villa. Oh well, bus is always an option, I suppose. Day
I
two.
feel like they earned it.
Day two alert. And we're starting from Le Pontet, the camping Le Pontet, and we're going to Refuge de Moffat. Oh, it's going to be a long walk today. It's going to be painful, but it's 20 to 8 in the morning, so we're hoping that we've set off in plenty of time. We'll see how it goes. See if we're having the tears today, isn't it? Tears? Tears!
That's how nasty you are today.
Never. Right, let's go. Refuge de la Bottom, 1800 metres. Looks like got to head up over a pass now, just up there. It's 9:30 in the morning. Been going just under 2 hours now. Just a quick drink before heading up a steep bit again. Refuge de la Croix de Bonhomme. I think I said it right. Oh, we just had an omelette and some soup. And we're knackered. Oh, help. Help me. Help me, I can't do any more. I can't do any more. Oh, 1.5 hours to go and more. Oh my days. Oh my days. Just get to that campsite, for goodness sake.
Stretching like the opposite way, and again it's just pulling it. So you just step your foot over like this and hang down for a minute. It's wonderful.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how flexible are you?
Well, I'm a lot more flexible than not.
Is that a 2 then? Or are you a 1.5?
Probably just a 1.5 to be honest. But at least I have some flexibility because Rob's a 0. Actually, I feel better already just for doing this. Having a nice stretch.
You're going to be a star. You're going to be the next Green Goddess in that outfit. Alright, that's enough for you. What about me? One of the most hardest walks I've done in a long time. Trying to get over Col de Bonhomme. Ridiculous. And then, yeah, I just feel like I've done like a 100-mile bike ride today with no nutrition and my muscles are running on empty. So we're gonna feed right up tonight, and have a good breakfast tomorrow morning, but we set off again. Not sure where we're camping tomorrow. It was meant to be Refuge de Moffat. That was the day's end point. We might camp, or we might walk to Courmayer, which is a really long day, so we'll see what happens. Over and out.
Morning, it's day 3. Camping Hobo, we're off to Camping Hobo today. Don't think we're going to make it to Courmayer because it's a long way, and we're both fucked.
We'll bleep that out. We'll bleep it out.
Sorry, we're both a little bit tired, So we're just making our way up to La Moffat, which we should have done yesterday, but ran out of energy.
We had a good night's sleep at the Chapeau last night. A nice meal at the restaurant. We realised we could have caught the bus this morning to Moffat's. Saved ourselves a bit of time because it's such a long day, but hey ho, hey ho, hey ho.
That's cheating.
That's cheating.
Although I might regret saying that
So
later
anyway,
today.
good views this morning. I'll switch you around.
Oh, is it this way? I think it is.
He's in the what? Oh, he's going to leave it up for us.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got to wrap it around now. Look, he's licking each other. Yeah. Giving each other a bit of a lick. I'm not getting kicked.
Going strong today.
Don't speak
So
too
far,
soon.
so far, good first hour and a half. So if it's a 10-hour day, I've only got 8.5 hours of hell to go.
She's spoken. Watch this space. Okay, fact check. That's not De Moffat's. This is De Moffat's. Oh dear. Yep, up to Col de la Seine. Refugio Elisabetta, just down from Col de la Seine. We're going to go up and have an ice cream. Beautiful glaciers. Beautiful glaciers. So that was exciting, watching the helicopter come in. It was like a real James Bond moment there, where the helicopter just, he circled once, then he came in, just nosed the front wheel into the side of the hill with the back two wheels off and just hovered there, and then 3 people jumped out. Yeah, it was quite a James Bond moment. I was expecting Roger Moore to jump out, not Sean Connery, not Daniel Craig, Roger Moore, because I like the colours of the helicopter. It was very, very reminiscent of his films. Anything on the chopper, darling?
Amazing.
Amazing, amazing. Over and out. Baby one.
Baby calves.
Babies.
Hello, babies.
Okay, so it's wrap up time for day 3, and we've had a fantastic day today. We started from Le Chapeau, and one of the highlights was Col de la Seine, which took our breath away actually, because the view doesn't hit you until you actually summit the col, so it's fantastic really. And then we pushed on to a refuge above Courmayer. I can't remember the name of it.
Elizabetha.
Is it Leith?
Oh no, yeah,
wasn't it Elizabetta? That was the one under Col de Seine. But in any case, my colleague here decided that she couldn't walk any further. So
that's such a lie. It's a lie.
So we decided to catch the chairlift down. So we worked it out. We walked 15.7 miles. Call it 16 miles, give or take a few feet. And
up
had
nearly 1,500 metres.
Yeah, 1,500 metres of ascent. So we've had a fantastic day. So we got the ski lift down, which was a godsend. We booked into a hotel, which was a godsend. And we just had a nice meal in a little restaurant. We missed off our tiramisu, but never mind. So yeah, back to bed. Back to bed. Well, hey. Cut. Yeah, day 4. Courmayer to somewhere, probably Grand Col Ferret at this rate, but yeah, we're smashing it. So good night from me, and
see you tomorrow.
Good night from Mo. Night night.
There you go, like that.
Morning, day 4. We're just 20 minutes up out of Courmayer at the moment. Late start today. Probably started around 10:30 by the time we faffed around in the supermarket getting food. The weather today meant to be a bit of drizzle around midday, cloudy, so a lot cooler today, so not so important for the early start. Oh, here it is, Momo. The sign. So we'll see how far we get today. Could be 8 hours of walking to Grand Col of Alpharet, which will be a challenge. So we'll see how we get on. Catch you later. We may not be the fastest, but we're doing it. May not be the fastest, but we're doing it. Whilst sweating copious amounts of water. We're getting into the clouds. We can hear the thunder. Wow, wow, wow. Fucking hell. If you want to do the TMB, get training. Get training. It's hard work. That's the Mont Blanc tunnel down there.
Seems to be less going this way.
Hi, hi, keep going. Well done. That's refuge Bonatti. Felt a bit low going into there. I think our energy reserves were needed topping up. I was cold, and yeah, I feel better now. So we're off to Chalet Valferret as the next point of call, hour and a half away. Just take it steady. Well, you can't see nothing. It's a wrap up for day 4. We're at Refuge. We're going to camp on the col tonight. But it's windy. Happy days. So it's a short one. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. That's the start of day 5. An hour 25 to Grand Col Ferret. Here we go. We're in Switzerland, having summited Col de Ferret, or Grand Col Ferret, and this is Switzerland. Looks like lovely, gentle, rolling countryside. Is 40 minutes, Le Pouilly, where we just come from, is an hour and a half. I feel like that's probably the long way round that the people are taking. Le Pouilly, 3 kilometres. Very Swiss. Le Pouilly. Le Pouilly. Yeah.
Wow, how pretty is this? You can take your shoes off again.
Take your shoes off, love?
I don't know if it's a good idea or not.
I'm alright. My feet are fine. Let's show you round. You look like a right tourist, you do. You look like a right tourist. Here, Mo, look at this. So after a bit of balcony work with chains, we appear to be doing a ridgeline walk with drops on both sides. How exciting! Where's the Momo? Where is the Momo? "23 hours.
Wow.
23 hours on the clock there.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
I wonder they're like tired.
I feel like we've been a part of the race today. Coming from Refugio Elena over Grand Coal Ferret, through Le Fouilly, up to Champex Lacs. Been overtaken by runners all day long. Completely feel like been a part of it. Ooh, but on the clock, looks like they've been running for 23 hours from whether they started, I'm not sure. But that is the UMTB for you. We're here. We're here.
Well, we're not at Chamonix, we're just at Chamonix Blanc.
That's where we're meant to be.
Is it?
Yeah, and now we've got to find a campsite and have a shower. We're going to wrap this up now because we're by the lake and it's been a good day. Mo tells me I've done 18 miles today, so she's lied. She said it was 14.
It might be 14 at the moment.
But it seems like it's worth it because it's a lovely place. So that's the end of day 4. Morning campers, day 6. Just walking out of Champex Lacs, going to Trient via Col de la Forclaz. Yeah, lazy morning, 10 to 11, 4.5 hour walk, about 9 miles is it?
Yeah. Time to the campsite.
700 odd metres.
780.
780 metres of ascent.
15 kilometres.
Yeah, we're at about 1500 metres high now, so up over 2000 metres today. Nice day though. Nice day. Swing around.
Hi, so we've just stopped for lunch because I wanted to keep going another 15 minutes, so we'd done a good 2 hours walk. We've ended up sitting in this really quite, well, I'd like to say it's a really rubbish place. It's just sat on the path basically, but I mean, look behind you looking up with the sun shining, and then if you look the other way, and then up to where we go. So maybe it is a pretty rubbish spot for the day, but as spots go, it's still pretty lovely. We've just had some cheese and ham sandwiches and we're about to have some pomme de la tarte, and then we're going to go storming up some more hills. I think we're about halfway through roughly where we need to go today.
Yep.
And I think the last bit is a bit down.
Cool.
All is good in the world today. Love you, Robo.
Nice one. Cut. And that is the top of wherever I am now. Sweating, sweating, sweating. Sweating like you've never known before. Every day, sweating. Every day, washing my shirts out. Here comes the Mo. Cute, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's a wrap for day 6. We've made it from Champes Lac to Le Pouty, and the campsite here is you turn up and then the lady at 6 arrives and you pay her €6 to camp, and there's some toilets over there that you can pay €2 for, and they've got water and stuff. So there's a refugio across the road, so we're going to try and get a drink from there later. But yeah, it seems okay. It seems okay, right next to the trail here. So we'll get up early in the morning and we'll get straight on it. What day are we on now?
We're on day 7. We're leaving the nice little campsite with a lovely refuge that fed us last night.
Oh, bloody hell. Just when you think we're in the shit and then a yurt appears and puts on dinner for us. Fucking
With
brilliant.
music in the background.
Listening to Elvis. Oh, big day. How many metres of climbing, Mo?
Well, if we manage the whole lot, it's going to be 1,700 metres.
Ooh.
All-time high.
Yeah, a lot of climbing.
If we manage it today.
It's 8 o'clock.
Over 1,000 down.
Well, there's always downs with ups, so a lot of climbing. We'll pace it out and see where we get to. Catch you later. When you walk for 2 hours uphill and you're faced with this at the top, it just takes your breath away.
We've been talking about it, and he's like, that's super fun. It's a toy, basically. Yeah, it's for an adult.
Are there like, did you have to look up those walls around here?
There's a built-in map that shows where you're like, yeah, in the app, like and there's a third-party app. Generally, as long as you fly below 120 meters.
So, can you see what's behind us? Beautiful, isn't it? We're at lunchtime now, or 2:30. We just had some lunch on day 7, heading up to Refuge de Courmayer for our one and only wild camp of the holiday. It's really, really hot. We've done 1,000-metre climb and a 1,000-metre descent so far today. We've got another 700 to do, about a 4-hour walk-ish. So here's to sit 6:30, 7ish when we can put our tent up. Let's get to the top of the next mountain then. Come on then.
So we've just come out of Trellechamp. We're en route to Refuge de Courmayer, and we're taking a bit of a a variant out of Col du Mont to avoid the ladders, which means a slightly higher climb to get above the sort of the rocky outcrops where the ladders are, but maybe higher views, so it might be worth it in the end. But yeah, a good couple of hours climbing again now to get to where we need to be, and then it's the one but last day, so that's good. We're off. So right in front of us, the white peak is Aiguille Verte at 4,122 metres. And we've been walking for 45 minutes straight up. And we've got a nice little zigzag to get us up to there. Looks painful, but we've got used to it now. We like pain. Prefer walking uphill than downhill, that's for sure. You right, Momo? End of day 7. Refuge, Le I'll put it on the screen. Yeah, we'll find out. But anyway, no ladders, so Mo's happy. Nice one. But mind you, saying that, it was hard on the legs because of so much climbing you had to do instead. That's the price you pay for not having vertigo. You have to do a longer, harder route. Tired, aren't you? Gonna camp by the reservoir tonight, so yeah, it's all good. The refuge did say didn't want to stay. We were like, no, we'll camp, it's fine. Because we love it. Don't we? Sorry about the wind. Morning. Last day. Oh, my hair. That's from wearing a hat all week long. And my lips are all chapped from not putting enough sunscreen. But anyway, it is the last day. Day 8. And we are in La Flagare by the reservoir. The refuge is just up there and the cable car station is just up there. Big walk over Le Brevent today, and then a massive, like, 1,000-kilometre descent. Not 1,000-kilometre, 1,000-metre descent down into Les Houches and the end. And it's the last day. It's been epic. Been really enjoyed it. May's doing a bit, getting the tent stuff packed away. Yeah, it's a nice morning. Just drinking my coffee, trying to get started for the day, see if my legs want to work. See you later.
There's 2 more down there, 6.
This is Col de Brabant. Yeah, 2368. Ooh, 2368 high meters, that is. Try to do all this one-handed. Keep on going. This is high altitude. This is high altitude walking. And sort of rocks. Right, we have to put you down so I can keep my balance and concentrate on where I'm going, which I'm not doing at the moment.
Another break and something to eat. When we get there.
Yeah, 5 minute, 10 minute break.
10?
Yeah. So, yeah, this is the highlight of today, Le Brabant, which is 2,525 metres high, which is the joint highest point on the Tour Mont Blanc, and with great views of Mont Blanc. Final descent to Les Houches. Mo?
Yep, we're nearly there. Last couple of hours walking.
How you feeling?
Good. Real good.
Really excited. Really excited. A couple of hours walking downhill to go. Can't wait. And we had a bit of rain, but now the White Mountain has come into view again. Les Houches, somewhere down there. Your legs are shaking. Which way is it? Oh, they've got outside viewing platform there. They've got like, there's a couple of people walking down there. See those people there?
Żadne GDPR. Ja sobie mancować mojej dcery, moim synowi najstarszemu, lebo to jest ważliwy.
That's tiny boxes. I felt a bit dizzy coming up those stairs then, did you? It's like the effort involved.
Yeah.
Do you want another photo up here, darling? On top of the world, baby. On top of the world. This is me and you. I don't think it's any need. Even the paragliders look small down there. Tiny. $2,800 metres.
3,800 metres. So we went up there, and it was really amazing. And then we just come down halfway. So we just sat. No, it's freezing at the top. It's like snowy. And then we just come down. Yeah, it's all snow. So we come halfway down. About
2,300.
2,300 metres now.
I'm sending some pictures.
Just
There she is. Hi.
hello.
It's 12.